Devil fans, it's time for Clemson football with Coach Andrew Webb. And this week, coming after the loss last week to the Greer Yellow Jackets. Not never good to come off a loss, but Coach, last week we experienced the lows of a loss previously, the emotional win over Lawrence, but Greer kind of had their way, and we just never got on track offensively last week.
Yeah, we're struggling on offense all night. When you go back and watch that film, it's a real credit to our defense. That late in the fourth quarter, we're in that football game with virtually no offense. But, we went back to work on Monday. Our guys responded real well. And, we're not trying to point fingers or blame anybody. Ultimately, it is the truth. It does not matter who we play. If we execute and just take care of ourselves, we can go compete with anybody. And I really believe that. I think our guys believe it. I also think our guys saw the flip side of, if we don't execute, we're going to struggle. And so it was a learning experience for us. I hate that we lost, but our guys responded well on Monday, and I'm glad we're dealing with this in September rather than October.
On a night in which we really never got anything going offensively, you look up at the scoreboard 2 minutes ago, we're right here, only a 7-point game. I credit that to the Red Devil defense because both games, even throughout the scrimmages, the Red Devil defense has been opportunistic, making plays around the football, have created turnovers, and anytime you feel good about your defense, you got to feel good about your team.
Well, when you play good defense, you're always in the football game. And, these guys playing defense the way they are, they're flying around, they're hitting people, they're knocking balls loose. And, they're kind of setting the expectation of we're going to get this football. So even over there on the sideline, as their coach, I'm sitting there waiting on them. When's it coming? We're about to knock the ball loose. So there's going to be another player or two here. But they've done it every time we've gone out. They've done it. So those guys work hard, man. They fly around, they hit you, and we're really challenging them from going to being a good defense to a dominant defense. And they work really hard to do that.
Week 3, and tonight a brand new opponent, the Aiken Green Hornets. This week is our opponent. We're going on a long road trip. And tell us about Aiken, Coach.
Yeah, I think this is I can't remember the last time we played them. This is the first time I played them in my lifetime, I know. But, it worked out that we were going to go play Aiken week 3, and we're excited about making that trip down there this Friday. They are a team coming off a playoff appearance last year. They moved up from 3A to 4A. They've got some good athletes. They've got some size. They have a really, really good player at quarterback. Last year he was their running back. This year he's their quarterback. And he's a horse. They love to run the football. So it's kind of the same thing we said the past 2 weeks. We got to stop the run to have a chance. And that's something that we're going to do our best to do on Friday night.
Looking at it from the Red Devil offensive side, last week not able to get on track. What steps are we taking? What does Aiken offer that we will face that we will get the offense back going this week?
Yeah, Aiken's gonna play some 3-man front, 4-man front. Stuff that we've seen. We have to go execute. Sometimes it sounds really simple, but the game of football comes down to blocking and tackling. And if you can do those two things, you got a chance to win the football game. And, we really got to focus on getting off to a better start. That's 2 weeks in a row that our offense has been non-existent in the first quarter and we've been in a hole. But, we have simplified a little bit. We've kind of, done some things to try to get our players the ball quicker, easier, I guess. And we're going to see if we can't try to get into a little rhythm to get our offense going.
He's experienced it 2 ways. We have, as the Red Devil football program, emotional high with the win over Lawrence, a tough loss. As a coach, is it any easier? How do you prepare any differently from one extreme to the other?
Well, this was the first time that this year that this group of guys come in after a loss. Every time we've gone out so far, preseason, jamboree, scrimmage, whatever. I know you don't always keep scoring scrimmages, but these guys are keeping score. So this was the first time that I felt like we really had to come back into the locker room after a loss. And, sometimes you really don't know what to expect. In your mind, you kind of see how things are going to go, but you ultimately never know. But the leaders on our team, they kind of really put the hammer down. And that pace of practice on Monday, it was good. There was some physical. Practice got physical on Monday. And that was good. It's good to see a sense of urgency. It's good to see people who care. It's good to see people who are not okay with losing. There were some people out there that are pretty upset. ready to get back after it. So I was real happy with the way our team responded, and I can't wait. Can't wait to go compete Friday night.
One thing I heard you say last week after game Saturday morning on Saturday Morning Rewind, and people think it's just coaches speak, but you talked about we need to worry about us.
Yeah.
We get ready to face an Aiken team, but we have to control what we do. And sometimes the biggest opponent that you ever face is your own self. So I think the Red Devils are ready this week to the practices I've been hearing they've had, you rallying the guys around. I think the Red Devils will come out this week with a great effort against Aiken.
Yeah, we throughout the preseason we've played some really good opponents. We've played some people that have been really good. We've played some really good players. So we've been able to experience playing a good defense. All 11 of them being good. Having a couple players on defense that are good. We've experienced all that. And this past Friday was the first time you just saw us. Like, man, where are these guys coming from on offense? Because this ain't the same team we've been watching the whole preseason. And it didn't have anything to do with them. Greer lined up exactly how we thought. They played exactly what we thought. They did exactly what we prepared for. There wasn't any surprises, and we didn't execute. And that's something that at the end of the day, look, it really don't matter where somebody lines up. It don't matter what they're doing. It doesn't matter. Just snap the ball, block, let's catch it, let's throw it, let's run it. And, some of that stuff, there's a game plan. We always feel confident in the game plan that we go out there. It's good enough to win, but ultimately we just have to go execute. And if we can do those little things, the big things will take care of themselves.
Speaking of little things, thinking of big things, I call it the big things. That's that fan support from you, our Red Devil fans. Red Devils are 1-1 on the road this week, going to take on Aiken. Make the long trek over, support the guys. They really feed off of your energy. Coach Webb talks about it all the time, that fan support, what they feed off from those stands. And Friday night against a good Aiken team, the Red Devils are going to need you, our fans.
Yeah, this is a long trip. This is probably the only real long one we have to make all year. So, the weather's supposed to be pretty this Friday. It wasn't last Friday, but the weather's supposed to be nice. So hop on in, make that trip, go down through Johnson, grab you a burger, and, let's go to Aiken. We had never been to Aiken. So I don't really know what they're expecting to come, but, I know how intimidating it is when you look up and you see a sea of red, coming an hour and 20, hour and a half down the road. That means something.
Calling you, all our Red Devil fans. Red Devils getting ready to take on Aiken. It's going to be the Red Devils against the Green Hornets Friday night. This has been another edition of Clinton Football with Coach Andrew Webb.